today's meditation wasn't as fabulous as yesterday's meditation. But then again, I'm not trying to compare, but I am, because I'm human. And so the thing that came up for me today, because there's always something, was the phrase progress, not perfection. And for some of you guys, you might know that I am in a 12-step program, an ACA, which is Adult Children of Alcoholics and Dysfunctional Families. And it is helping me with my emotional recovery from habits that I created as a child, survival skills, you could say, that I created as a child to deal with my environment, but that now as an adult I am attempting to use those same habits to deal with my adult problems. So it doesn't exactly work out very well for me. So anyway, progress, not perfection, is something that we talk about and say, because perfectionism is a thing that's pretty rampant in the sort of as one of the ways that we deal with our I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I mean, you get it. Perfectionism is something that oftentimes I strive to have so that somehow I'm achieving more, I'm doing more, I'm going to be loved and recognized and somehow viewed as a bigger, better, contributing member of society. Anyway, that's my dysfunctional thinking. But something that I've also discovered, connecting this to my intuition and being a psychic and being a medium, is that often times other psychics and other mediums that I have met grew up in very unhealthy households. And so I just find it really interesting, and that's why I mention it, that oftentimes for me growing up, when I felt most disconnected from myself, spirit would step in certain ways and help me. So kind of got off on that tangent a little bit, but basically today my mind was immediately drawn to the fact that I didn't do all that great during my workout last night. Here's the thing. I've been away from teaching for well over a decade, and there are certain techniques and certain things that we do in martial arts that, obviously require memory and the physicality of it. But my mind immediately went to evaluating and second guessing and berating all of the things that I did last night, and you should have done better, and blah, blah, blah. That occupied like the first half of my, or like the first quarter of my meditation. And so it was a challenge this morning to just sit with those thoughts and those feelings and be like, you know what? Those thoughts and those feelings come from not not seeing myself. And allowing myself some grace to say, hey, you know what? I've only been back, not full time, but I've only been back for not even a whole year yet. And still I'm being super critical of myself and comparing myself to my previous run as an instructor. And that's hard. It's exhausting because I'm constantly, there's this critical voice inside of me that is constantly just yammering on about all the terrible things that I have done or made up that I have done. And I haven't actually done anything terrible in those moments. It's just progress, not perfection. So I feel like my journey as I continue to get outside every day and continue to meditate every day is progress, not perfection. And the support I continue to reach out and get, and keep going to my meetings and continuing to develop my social network and continue to work out and continue to teach and continue to do all the things that I love and be the best psychic and the best medium for my clients is all progress, not perfection. Because ultimately I am still having a human experience. And although we are all divinely created, we are not absolutely perfect. So that's my thought for today. Man, it's beautiful out here. Check it out. I'm in a park today. All these beautiful trees. And you can smell, it reminds me of the East Coast, you can smell the damp ground and the leaves, and it's awesome. Really awesome. All right, so if you're feeling like you're having a day that is a setback, because that's kind of how I felt originally today, was that today was a setback compared to yesterday. Just remember, progress, not perfection. Love you guys. Have a great day.